Hello everyone, welcome to AZVR Mechanical Universe. This channel shares practical knowledge for millwrights and mechanical technicians. In today's lesson, we began with the safety foundational. I'm Yang-Ji Liu. Let's get started. Today, we began with the most important idea in this lesson. Safety comes first. Millwrights work in environments that involve heavy machinery, routine equipment, high loads, stored energy, and many possible hazards. Because of this, safety is not just a ruler. It is a professional responsibility. In industrial plants, there may be several energy sources at the same time, such as electric, hydraulic, pneumatic, mechanical, gravitational, or thermal energy. A millwright must always recognize these hazards before starting any work. Safety protects not only works, but also equipment, production, and the entire workplace. In Canada, every millwright should be familiar with the workplace safety regulations and understand the responsibilities of the employers and supervise and the work. A work also has the right to refuse unsafe work when there are reasonable grounds to believe the job may cause a danger. Before any maintenance or repair work begins, the machine must be placed in a zero energy state. Lockout means more than simple switch off the power. The machine must be fully assessed, and every hazard energy source must be identified and controlled. Electrical power must be isolated. Hydraulic pressure must be released. Pneumatic pressure must be removed. Any gravitations or spring-loaded force must be able to be made safe. All moving parts must come to a complete stop before the work begins. This is one of the most important safety habits for every millwright. Never assume that a machine is safe just because it looks stopped. Always verify zero energy before touching the equipment. Personal protective equipment, or PPE, is one of the basic layers of the workplace protection. A millwright should wear the correct PPE for the task and the work environment. These usually include a safety helmet, safety glasses, gloves, and CSA approved steel-toe boots. Eye protection must meet CSA standards. Footwear must also be approved for industrial work. However, PPE alone does not eliminate hazards. It is the last line of defense. Safe work planning and hazard control must always come first. Different jobs may require additional protection, such as hearing protection, face shield, fall protection, or respiratory protection. The important points in this: use the right PPE, use it correctly, and never treat it as optional. Safe work practice. Safe work practice are the daily habits that prevent the accidents. Good housekeeping is essential. A clean and organized work area reduces the risk of slips, trips, falls, and toe-related incidents. Works must also follow confined space procedures whenever the job involves enclosed or restricted area. Proper tools use is another key part of the safety. Always use the correct tool for the job, and never use the tool unless you understand how to operate it safely. Walkways and access area must be kept clear at all times. When enter a new plant, shop, or industrial site, take time to learn the local safety procedures, emergency exits, and emergency shutdown locations. Safety is not only about the knowledge, it is also about the discipline and constant habits. Let's summarize today's lesson. First, safety is the first responsibility for every millwright. Second, lockout and zero energy verifications are essential before the maintenance begins. Third, PPE helps protect works, but it must be used correctly and consistently. Finally, safe work practice such as housekeeping, proper tool use, and following procedure helps prevent the accident on the job. These safety principles are fundamentals for both Red Industrial work and Red Seal examination preparations. In the next lesson, we will continue building the practical millwright knowledge step by step. Thank you for watching.